I am Joval Kayanan.
And my name is Annalise Sudirin. Our story today is all about the Marcos Golden Era.
We will share about the agenda and contribution of the Marcos. Today, we are expecting to have an election for the new president here in our country, which is Philippines.
Indeed, Joel, here is the news. The son of Philippine dictator Marcos announced his presidential campaign. Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., having been in public service for over 25 years, he has achieved a distinguished career in government. His electoral journey has allowed him to serve in several positions in the both executive and legislative branches of government. And let's hear some more from Joel.
Thank you, Annalisa. 2022 Philippine presidential race, Bongbong Marcos pandemic plus higher budget for healthcare and medical research. Bongbong Marcos says that this election is about the future of Filipino people, presenting himself as a unifying leader who will get the Philippines out of pandemic rat. Presidential aspirant Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. is pushing for higher budget for healthcare and medical research as part of his recovery plans. Let us go now with our news reporter Benedict John, now live in Malacanang Palace.
Yes, Joel, Marcos calls it the With COVID program, which would prioritize improving the conditions of frontline medical workers, including increased salaries and benefits. The Marcos press releases in the run-up of filing of certificate of candidacy in October were about pushing expansive vaccination, particularly on teachers and students who will go back to face-to-face classes. The Presidential Commission on Good Government is still running after the 125 billion pesos of Marcos ill-gotten wealth to infuse to funds that would be distributed to Filipinos. Among them are farmers and cocoa planters whose taxes are corrupted by the late dictator. For Bongbong Marcos, the May 2022 presidential race is about the future of Filipino people. We have here Ms. Donna Rose Capati who have some ideas about the agenda of Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
Yes, Benedict, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has promised the Philippine people a unifying leadership despite its feminist dark and divisive legacy. Former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. said in a video posted to Facebook that he would bring Filipinos together to face COVID-19 pandemic, which has killed tens of thousands and abandoned the country. We must face the challenge as one country, as one people. Marcos Jr. said, I will bring the form of unifying leadership back to our country. In reality, Bongbong brings to the increasingly crowded presidential the divisive legacy of his father, who ruled the Philippines for 31 years, including the 9 under martial law.
What do you think of martial law? Can you give some examples for our viewers to elaborate it further?
Ann Rosales is a former chairwoman of the Commission of Human Rights and a political detainee who was detained and tortured during the Marcos era, told the Associated Press that Bongbong's presidential Big Six today institutionalized the dark, corrupt, and tyrannical legacy of his fathers and sabotage our efforts to exact full accountability from his crimes.
We heard about martial law. I know many of us confused about what is martial law. Some say under martial law, there were widespread excess and human rights abuses. Even while the regime reduced violent and urban crime, collected unregistered firearms, and suppressed communist insurgency in some areas.
By declaring martial law, Marcos suspended the writ of habeas corpus and also the 1935 Constitution, dissolved Congress and padlocked the doors of the Batasang Pambansa, and assuming both legislative and executive powers. Proclamation number 38 was dated September 21, 1972, but it was actually signed on September 17. The formal announcement or promulgation of the proclamation was made only at 7:30 in the evening of September 23, evidencing the plan to declare martial law even before the supposed ambush against Manila.
For me, martial law is a priority forces are overwhelmed or in the occupied territory.
And aside of martial law, what do you think about the leadership of Marcos family, Mr. Soriano?
You can hardly find anything right on Google when it comes to martial law, because its history has been replaced by the law ones that made the Marcos family look like criminals. From my own perspective, the Marcos family are not really criminals. They only did what did good for the country. Because of the upcoming election and Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is running for the position of president, some of the Filipinos criticizing about the wrong works of the past President Marcos, and they didn't steal money from the government. Ferdinand Marcos was really rich even before his term as president in the early 1940s. He was a lawyer for the rich tribes in the country and they paid him gold.
Yes, it is. I hope everything is doing well. Okay, folks, that's all for today's news. We will meet here in the News Century in the same channel. This is Joval Kayanan. Have a good day, Philippines.
Thank you for cooperating with us, Mr. Soriano. It's so wonderful that we heard a lot about the Marcos during their time. And again, I am Annalise Adrian. Have a blessed day to all of us.